Today, and I wanted to share a quick story with you that happened to me yesterday. It was kind of a unique experience for me. Lawana and I came to the church yesterday, and we put chairs and stuff back from last week's gathering we had.
With Kim and Carolyn.
And Kim and Carolyn were here also, so thank you both for your help. And then we decided to go to a restaurant and have a little lunch, Lawana and I did, afterwards. And we were sitting in the restaurant and we were eating our food, and people were coming in with families and stuff, and there was a family of like 5 people off to my left, 3 little kids, and one little boy, very, very young, he got fussy, and he started to start crying. And that's a normal thing, right? A child lets you know I'm not happy. And this kid all of a sudden got so mad that he shrieked. I mean, I think he hit the key of T. And it hit me because it was so loud that it pretty much paralyzed my left eye. I couldn't all of a sudden close it, and I was like, wow. I'm seeing a little bit better this morning, thank you for asking. A recovery from that, but that was, that made me laugh so hard because, wow, that kid's gonna grow up to be a fabulous speaker or singer, one or the other. It was a great little experience for me. So thank you for letting me share that with you. We're still in September, if you can believe it. It's a very long month, isn't it? The last Sunday of September. And the theme, of course, for 2025 continues to be remembering, and our topic has been Serenity this month. And we'll move from there to welcoming anyone who's here for the first time today. Would you raise your hand and let me recognize you with everyone else? Yes, sir. Would you mind standing and giving us your name and where you're from?
My name's Kenny Corscold.
Hi, Kenny from Corscold.
Welcome.
Welcome, welcome. Anybody else? And all the Zoomers, we already know them. Okay. Well, let's go into a little music with Patti, and then go to a little quiet meditation to get things started this morning.
Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. Oh, divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, and it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal
This comes from Reverend Michael Beckwith, the Agape Church in Los Angeles, on Serenity. It involves cultivating an inner state of peace by practicing spiritual disciplines and recognizing one's intricate wholeness, which is untouched by external circumstances. Thank you for this moment in time, God. And so it is. Thank you, Patti. It was very nice. Well, we have a spiritual thought this morning. I'm going to ask Sandee Scott, our practitioner, to come up and give us that, please. Yes, let's welcome her. Good morning.
If at any point you can't hear me, sort of wave or something so that I know. Can you hear me back there? Okay. Good morning. We're going to do a very brief exercise. Spiritual thoughts are supposed to be short, so this is going to be brief. I'd like you to close your eyes and picture a place in nature where you feel safe and serene. I'll give you a minute to fully imagine or remember this place. What do you see, hear, smell, feel? I hope you feel serene because that's the objective of this exercise. But what else do you feel? Sun on your face, a breeze caressing your skin, the sensation of, or perhaps no sensory input at all. I'll let you ponder a bit. I'm going to say peace be with you 3 times, at the end of which you can open your eyes. But keep this serene image in your heart. Peace be with you. Peace be with you. Peace be with you. And your eyes should be opening. Now, of course, the feeling of serenity can be found besides images of nature, such as standing in front of a painting by Monet, or listening to John Lalonde's flute playing, and many other possibilities. But I am curious, how many of you pictured a waterway of some sort? Stream, waterfall, lake? Yeah, water can be a very powerful, peaceful feeling, can't it? It would be pretty nice to have this feeling all the time, 24/7. So what gets in the way? How about anxiety, worry, and fear? And I know some of you know that the intense feelings of anxiety can be rather debilitating. Do you see yourself as a worrier? Have you ever said that? Oh, I worry about everything. If so, if that's been a part of your identity, I challenge you, or I welcome you to challenge that as the truth about you. There are some quotations that I've passed out, and when I call your number, I'd like you to stand up and project your voice and say what you have on your little piece of paper, and then I'll repeat it for the Zoomers. Number one.
Oh. Oops.
You're supposed to stand up and hold it.
It ain't no use putting up your umbrella till it rains. Alice Caldwell Rice.
Oh, Uh-oh, that page got left behind. I can't repeat it for the Zoomers.
Oh.
It ain't no use putting up your umbrella until it rains. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Who has number 2?
As a rule, humanity worries more about what they can't see than about what they can. Julius Caesar.
As a rule, humanity worries more about what they can't see than about what they can. Julius Caesar. Number 3, John.
Here we go. What worries you masters you.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. What worries you masters you. Yeah. Okay, number 4.
Fear is that little dark room where negatives are developed. And it's Michael Pritchard.
Fear is that little dark room where negatives are developed. Number 5.
Worry is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere.
Worry is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere. And number 6.
Worry is based on the belief that some undesirable condition already exists. Eric Butterworth.
Good one. I'm not going to remember that one all together, so I feel bad.
What he said.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to repeat it for the Zoomers. But. Okay. And the last one, number 7.
Stop worrying. Nobody gets out of this world alive. Life changed.
Stop worrying. Nobody gets out of this world alive. Okay. Well, inner peace, it may not be exactly the same as serenity, but it's pretty close. And I have this list by Jeff Rockwell. He wrote Symptoms of Inner Peace, and he has 12 items on the list. I'm just going to share 5 of those with you today. These are symptoms of inner peace. An unmistakable ability to enjoy each moment. Loss of interest in conflict. Loss of ability to worry. He says this is a very serious symptom. Frequent, overwhelming episodes of appreciation. And contented feelings of connectedness with others and nature. And if you want to see the whole entire list, check with me afterwards. So my message to you today is twofold. First, if you find yourself starting to feel anxious, fearful, and you're starting to worry, stop and think. Remember that you have a choice. There are things you can do. For instance, you can say a prayer, take 5 deep breaths, take 5 deep breaths and say a prayer. You can read something inspirational, and or you can call a friend, or you can call a practitioner. Secondly, excuse me, the image that you created earlier of you being in a serene place, bring it to mind at odd times of the day or when you're starting to feel stressed. Or perhaps bring it to mind at the end of the day when you're putting your head on the pillow. And I'll leave you with this. It's attributed to Jack Cornfield. If in financial downturns you remain perfectly calm, if you can see your neighbors travel to fantastic places without a twinge of jealousy, if you can happily eat whatever is put on your plate, if you can always find contentment just where you are probably a dog.
Probably. Those are great. Thank you, Sandee. It was wonderful. Patti, you have a song for us, huh?
Yeah.
Good.
Give me a sec here. This is a Mary Chapin Carpenter song. She's like one of my favorites. Past comes upon you like smoke on the air. You can smell it and find yourself gone to a place that you lived without worry or care. Isn't that where we all once came from? Green leaves and tall grass, stars overhead, and the sound of the world through the screen. Now you sleep with the covers pulled over your head, and you never remember to dream. You think you're just standing still. One day you'll get up that hill in the age of miracles. There's one on the way. Well, Greenland is melting, the West is on fire, but you don't even pray for rain. It's a curious place between hope and desire. Different gods, but the prayer is the same. 1,000-year storms seem to form on a breeze, drowning all living things in their paths. When a small southern town finds a rope in a tree, we're all once again trapped in the past. It seems we're just standing still. One day we'll get up that hill in the age of miracles. There's one on the way. We can fly through space with the greatest of ease. We can land in the dust on the moon. We can transform our lives with the tap of the keys. And we stand cats, we still can't shake the feeling of doom. You do doom scrolling like I do. But I woke to find monks pouring into the streets, marching thousands strong in the rain. And if courage comes dressed in red robes and bare feet, I will never be fearful again. Seems we're just standing still. One day we'll get up that hill in the age of miracles. There's one on the way. There's one on the way. There's one on the way.
Thank you, Patti. Well, it's time for our main speaker to come up and talk with us. It's my pleasure to introduce Reverend Luana L.J. Bull. Come on up here. Luana.
Your story went over really well.
It was a true thing.
It was, and isn't that the greatest part of humor? Is it's always the thing that's the truest that makes you laugh the hardest. Oh my gosh. Well, good morning, everybody. It's good to see you. Good to be here with you. You know, they say sometimes don't treat for something that you really want because it's going to show you everything that you don't want. In other words, the month has been about serenity, and I feel like I'm going through an initiation, which doesn't feel exceedingly serene. And at the same time, there's no doubt in my mind that serenity is everywhere present. Everywhere present. In me, everywhere present. In you, everywhere present. In this whole world, in people that we think are, whatever we think about other people, who seem to be 180 from us, who seem to be with a view. I never have trouble with people who sit really close to me in their thinking and in their feelings. That's never hard. The difficult one is the one that I'm looking at that feels way across from me. That's the one that stretches me the most. Lately, it's been me. It's been this idea that this expansiveness that we are is showing me all new landscapes. And some of them are a little scary. They're a little daunting. Definitely interesting. So none of that's what I planned on talking to you about. First of all, I'm celebrating, I bet you are too, the clean air, the rains. Oh my goodness. Did we endure? Did we endure that smoke? I think we endured. I'd listen outside and it was very still, and I go, okay, I'm going to copy you guys. I go inside. I'm not going to do a lot while this smoke is being what it was. I'm not going to try to press and push and shove and make things happen. I'm going to take this opportunity to be still. So when we endure, and we do sometimes, some of the elders that are further in the elderhood than myself have shared with me, 'twas ever thus. There was always something that we were getting past, moving beyond, always something. These are the things that come from our most sage amongst us. I love Becky, one of our sages in the community. I love Becky's comment. More will be revealed. And it always is. Angie used to say, it's part of the whole enchilada. The life's drama, the adventure, the vacation. I've been really keen for quite some time that I'm on a spiritual journey, but I'm not the only one. Everybody's on a spiritual journey. We can say we are, and we can say we're not, and we're not. That's the interesting thing about what we choose. But whatever it is that this live expression is, we're on it. We're in it. We're with it. And I'm grateful for that. We've been hearing the Serenity prayer from ministers and practitioners, and some thoughts and sharings about it. It first came into my awareness, as I recall, when I was at my dad's. He had it hanging on his wall. And I was 21 years old and going through some stuff. And it helped. Reading it, considering it, it helped. Later on, when I was near my 50s and very rambunctious at the time, I would call it an urgency. I had an urgency because I felt like, late 40s, early 50s, I'm in my prime. Well, Men aren't looking at me anymore, but that's okay. I actually had a moment, just for the fun of it, I had a moment where I was at the credit union, and I was 40 years old. And I walked up to the door, and a handsome fireman was looking this way, and he smiled. And I thought for a second he was smiling at me, but I'm 40, remember? And he was a younger guy. And I looked behind me, and oh, she was so pretty. She was just so pretty. And you just the changes in life, you get to witness them. So that was a funny moment. But needless to say, the Serenity prayer came in handy when I was with this urgency in the prime of my life. I got to get things done, got to do all this stuff, got to, seize this and conquer that and whatever else, save this and rescue that and whatever else it was that I was considering at the time. So the Serenity prayer had some extra gusto at that time for me. Now, somewhere in between then and now, I found myself actually changing the words for the prayer. Not because it needs it. It really doesn't need my input. It's fine on its own. But because I was recognizing that first I'd been exposed to Gandhi's ahimsa, the concept of nonviolence. And being exposed to that, I was recognizing that there are ways we can make change in the world, and it's harsh. And there's ways we can make change in the world, and it's gentle. And so Gandhi's efforts, his accomplishments, his efforts, his intentions, his coming from this inner purpose and awareness really made a difference for others. It made a difference for Martin Luther King Jr.'s work, and it made a difference for me. So the way I changed was I wanted to be more because I'm rambunctious. I got a lot of juice in me. I didn't set the power level at this level that I know of. Maybe I did. I don't remember it. But because of that vigor or rambunctiousness or whatever we want to call it, I recognized I could get into things, making changes about things that weren't mine to make changes about. So that's why I changed the Serenity prayer for myself. I wanted it to be respectful change, organic change, mutually willing change. So it became, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I am, to accept that I am not to change the things that I am to change, and the wisdom to know the difference. I know it's subtle. What is it called? It's semantics. But for me, it was meaningful to put just a little signature for my own journey on that magnificent prayer. Today, a whole new group of young people are stretching their wings. They're making their changes. Today, thanks to our spiritual teachings and the power of prayer, I, and we, if we choose, get to know that they too are inspired, just as we were, to change things in new ways, and from what the generations before them had done. And the beat goes on. Michael Beckwith says, when you see the world that God sees, you see a world that is loving, compassionate, and filled with individuals who live together in harmony and peace. I don't always succeed. I'll share with you any time I didn't, if you really want to know. but it is my guiding light. I've shared with you before how I have these ahas that are that feels like we're guided. We're guided. I can tell I am guided. What am I guided by? Well, we've been taught in years of this kind of teaching, which is New Thought, Ancient Wisdom, Religious Science, Unity, however you have been introduced to it. We've been taught that we don't have a precarious, maybe someday you'll get a good thing, maybe someday you'll get. We don't have a anthropomorphic out there that is sending some of us good things, not sending some others good things. It's different than that. The way New Thought teaches it is there is no good, bad, right, wrong. Yes, there is. There is a second dimension, the Tao. But for me, it's not right, wrong, good, bad. It's left and right leg don't move yet anywhere unless they cooperate. It's spaciousness, the void, the emptiness, the openness for something to show up. So we have this magnificence of this second chakra, second dimension, the Tao, that has us in motion. It's our emotions. What can we accomplish if our emotions are actually in harmony with, if we are cooperating with that isness that we already got, that we've already chosen? I'm going to do this. I care about that. I'm going to help this person. I'm going to do. When our emotions they are what moves us. And I love that. So, back to the guidance. I'm guided because of a simple thing. I'm guided because I can tell a yes in my own being. I can tell when something is truly a yes for me. I can tell when it's a no, and I can tell when I don't know yet. Now, it took a while to get comfortable with the I don't know yet. But when you know you're going to know the yes, and you know you're going to know the no, you can sit in I don't know and have some serenity in that moment. Because it will make itself known to us, and we will be aware of it, and then we will move with it. All that motion that we can get involved with. So with that said, those distinctions allow me to have some peace and some calm in all the activity. It allows me to have a nice weather pattern between my ears in my emotional field. I find it supportive. Now, I've shared this with you before, but I'm going to do it again just because it's so much fun. This is a little exercise. We had Sandee's exercise earlier, so I'll give you a little bit of mine. And this is Dr. David R. Hawkins. He is an MD, PhD. It's from Power versus Force, pages 146 and 147. And it's these words that help us to know words that are strengthening and words that are weakening. So if you think it's a strengthening word, do this, if you will, for me. And if you think it's a weakening word, and I'm only going to give you two at a time, okay? So between the two, one will be strengthening, one will be weakening. And if you don't mind, let's play the game. So the first one I have is having and being. Is having and being. Having and being, is that what we said? Okay. How about conscious, unaware? Conscious, unaware. How about adequate, excellent? So adequate, excellent. Okay. How about picturing, envisioning? Picturing, envisioning.
Is this either or?
For these because they are two, yes.
Bipolar.
Yeah. I mean, it's a contrast. It is a contrast experience, yes. Ongoing, I said it wrong. That may have been what I typed. No, outgoing, reserved. Outgoing, reserved. Outgoing, reserved. Dull, serene. Dull, serene. Now the reason I love playing this game and just walking my mind through them is because we can tell. We can tell. If we can tell words that somebody else put on a page and they're energetic, we can tell the energetics we've got going on inside of us. We can tell when our thoughts and our feelings are digging holes for ourselves. We can tell when we just let ourselves free. We just let ourselves have some lift and some lightness of being. We can tell when we're pressing and pushing. We can tell when we're backing off. We can tell when we're worrying. We can tell when we're not. Powerful, powerful, just to play with that. Powerful, powerful, because it expands our awareness. You guys know, if you've had any time with me at all, and you'll get to know, if you've had any time with me at all, you know my 4 favorite states of mind are clean and clear, awake and aware. I'm not saying I live there every minute, but boy, it's just so, I can discern more easily. I can rest in serenity more easily. Or whatever it is that's showing up and is calling us forth into action or living our lives more fully. It's all so much easier when I'm clean and clear and awake and aware. And here's the thing, clean and clear and awake and aware, I don't think there's an end to them. I think they are just as expansive and vast as our very being. Ralph Waldo Emerson, one of his quotes just carries me through a lot in life. And that is, all that I have seen teaches me to trust the Creator for all I have not. And another one that is by William Shakespeare that has helped me through many transitionary moments, many initiations, is to thine own self be true. Now, the interesting thing about the to thine own self be true is the full line, this above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man. Now, AI offers, while the advice is a popular concept promoting integrity and self-value, the character who speaks it, Polonius, is a flawed hypocrite who doesn't practice what he preaches. Well, it is where he wrote those words. William Shakespeare wrote those words for Polonius, and it is the character he had saying them. Louise Hay used to say something all the time. I think it's an Oscar Wilde quote, and it's basically that every sinner has a future and every saint has a past. So instead of pointing our fingers at ourselves or at another because they happen to be not living it fully yet, we can hold the and this is the first 2 steps of treatment. We can hold the knowing that whether we've shown it yet or not, it is. Serenity is. Peace is. We are emanations of the One. There is only one life expressing itself. that life is complete. It is not holding out on any of us, anything, at any time. And we harmonize with it. We cooperate with it. We grow into it. We live it more each and every day, step by step. And we get to see it more as our eyes and our ears get really well tuned in. It really didn't break, Joe. For me, we're all proofing it out. Now, the reason I use the word proofing is because the live ingredient in bread is yeast. And it goes into a proofing jar, proofing drawer or bowl or whatever the case may be. And we know that it has proofed itself out as wonderful bread when it's baked, when it's done. When it's done. So, you know, it's kind of like the seed. We don't want to be picking it. Are you growing yet? Are you growing yet? You know, that sort of thing. I'm going to switch gears. A little more participation, if you're willing. I nerded out the other day on DNA. I did. I really had some fun with it. So I figured there's got to be fellow nerds in the room. So here it is. Do you know the DNA molecule, where it's stored?
In the cell.
Aha, in the cell. Now we're talking about humans right now, but yes, in the cell. And so specifically in that human cell, where within the human cell?
The mitochondria.
And somebody said that something else too. What was there, something else?
I said
Not
nucleus.
entirely.
And what was that one?
Not entirely.
Not
Not entirely, he
There's
said.
Oh, we got a
DNA
doctor in the
cell
house.
and DNA in the mitochondria.
in the,
They're in both places.
I love it. And in the nucleus of this, in the nucleus?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to go with the nucleus for right now. But thank you. I love the. Okay, see, I can tell we got fellow people who are. Yeah.
He's a
So much fun.
doctor.
I know he is.
I'm a bullshitter.
We've got everybody in the room. It's good. A single DNA molecule in its double helix form is approximately 2.5 nanometers in diameter. Now, how small is a nanometer? Well, are we looking at our human cells? No. So it's even smaller than our human cells. True? Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. As long as if you do this, I'm gonna stop and get the real facts from you. This is what blew me away. The double helix strand is 2 meters long. Okay, who knows 2 meters?
6 feet. That's long.
Over 6 feet. 6.5 feet. Good job, girl. 6.5 feet. 6.5 feet. Joe 6'2". 6.5 feet. In a nucleus. Again, does that not just blow your mind? It is so neatly packed and tightly wound in that proverbial suitcase. Wow. Wow. That's information upon information upon information, neatly packed and tightly wound. So if you think that God doesn't have a sense of humor on the twisted part, all of us in the human family, and there's even more stories to tell, mind you, but I'm just staying focused on this. All of us in the human family share approximately 99.9% of the same DNA structure. 99.9, and if you're in the same ethnicity, it's 99.93. So all of that is the same. When what tickles my fancy the most in New Thought teachings is the universal truth of things. That which we can count on working for everybody. Doesn't mean we have to apply it, doesn't mean we have to agree with it, doesn't mean we have to accept it, doesn't mean it's our cup of tea. But it's universal. Universal truth, timely truth, universal nature, personal nature. All of these, I am thrilled to witness God's activity in. Just in awe of witnessing God's activity in. Was anybody else a little kind of blown away by what I shared? If they hadn't lately visited that? Just, isn't it something? And you're even more magnificent than that. And the people that we look at every day are more magnificent than that. And the ways we pour ourselves into our creative adventures and endeavors that we might be a little intimidated by sometimes or time crunched by sometimes, we are more magnificent than that. And the healings that we're witnessing and knowing and holding space for people, healing is more, the isness of us is more magnificent than that. And the relationships that seem to just break down sometimes, maybe break through sometimes, our ability to be in relationship is even more magnificent than that. Everyone is, absolutely everyone. And I'm so grateful to be in a teaching that kind of knocks the walls out for how we get to explore that. That we're each exploring it in the way that really resonates most with us. Each of us. Our thoughts are the seeds we are planting. Our actions till the sacred ground we walk on. We water the seeds with the attention of our feelings. And that's about anything we care to express in this living, in this life. We all, Reverend Sandee used to say this often, we all are truly essential to life. For me, even though I feel a little wonky sometimes, I am still knowing I get to move in the most natural ways, in the most organic ways, because we already are divinely designed. Namaste.
Thank you, Luana. Oh. Do I have a couple of people come up and help me with offertory at this time? And Patti, maybe you'll play a little something for us while they're out doing their thing? Of course. Did Joe change your minds?
Told us to get up there.
I think we were early.
Oh, you're not early. Come on up. Come on up. There's no early around here.
So cute.
You hold these for me. We'll do our offertory prayer. Proclamatory statement, divine love, flowing through me, blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Patti. Thank you. I'll remind everyone about the other ways you can donate to the PLC anytime through the iFocus that Luana puts out each and every week. You can give there. It's a very easy way to donate to the PLC. Announcements. We have any announcements this morning? Anybody want to say something? Yes, Barney.
I just want to say it, but I don't want to announce it.
Okay.
But I'm pumped.
But he's
Funny boy.
Just a reminder that next Saturday at 5 o'clock, if you want to hear crystal bowls and a didgeridoo and whatever else I find in my house, maybe an old pot or pan, I don't know. Anyway, it'll be going on here, and it's no charge other than asking for a donation to help power the lights, okay?
What time?
5 o'clock. That's PM, not AM, okay?
Please.
Thank you, Barney. It's next Saturday. Thank you. Or this Saturday. This Saturday. Anybody else?
I'll go ahead and go. Ordered baked cookies yesterday, so they're in the kitchen.
Yay.
We've got cookies in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
Thank you, ladies, for your work. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Those are great. Reverend Judy?
You want to do the pizza? Well, you could do both of them.
Okay.
Very tall.
Yes, just bring it down to you.
On the second Saturday of every month, there is a flute circle. It starts at 1:30 for beginners. You don't have to have a flute. You can come and learn the basics. And that goes until 3:30. And at 3:30 we set up the drum circle, and we have a gathering ceremony, and that goes till about 5:15 or so. And then I'd like to announce that on next Saturday, I know that Cheyenne will be singing at the Goddess Festival in Mariposa, and I will be officiating for them for their opening, and I'll also be doing a lecture on dreams and visions at 1 o'clock, so you're certainly welcome to come. Part of the reason that we offer all these elements of connectivity is to remember that we're all connected.
Yes. Thank you, Reverend. Thank you. Anyone else?
I have an announcement.
Yes.
Oh, how strange. LJ, I swear you're heading into Bob's territory here. You may feel a little crowded, and I want to announce that I'm changing my name to Moonbeam. No, to Bernard, because it just confuses the hell out of me. And Barney has proven to be a way deeper in the vibrational sound wave hippiness than I am. So I cede the name to you. I used to say you're Barney too, but anthropomorphic mitochondria, CETA, it's all too much. It gives me a headache. I think I want to take a Tylenol. I really just want to announce that I've been out collecting feral pears and apples, and I brought a big bag today. And it makes me think, those trees, they're lonely and unattended, and I found 4 beautiful, really 6 beautiful abandoned pear trees. And there was a sign there, and it had fallen. And last year when there were no pears, not a single pear on the tree, that sign was posted and said no trespassing. But the sign had fallen, and there were beautiful pears all on the trees and down on the ground. So, and I just want to say that to everyone, if you feel like you don't have value and you're not important, there's no purpose in your life, those trees are testament to the fact that they're not receiving any love that we can see, but the soil's feeding them, the sun is feeding them, and you matter. And anything you can do matters. And I just want to thank Richard Gillette, because I have trouble swallowing the world sometimes, and I had to get a endoscopy, and I didn't, my girlfriend was busy, my son had COVID, and I didn't have anyone to take me. And I was just thinking, well, something's going to happen. Well, you know, I was playing all the games with public transportation. It was hilarious. But then my girlfriend told me that Richard had to go down for a procedure, and anyways, he canceled his procedure, but he took me to mine. And so thank you, Richard. You matter.
Okay. Let me hem this real quick.
You were going to ask any more announcements?
No, I was done with that. You wanna say something?
Yeah.
Come on up here. You're welcome.
I just want to remind everyone that we do have a class next week. It's going to be on the 5 levels of attachment. It's a 5-week course. It is the wrap-up of a 2-unit course for credits for toward practitioner or anything on the Emerson side. But it is also, it really is a book. It's a classic, this book, The 5 Levels of Attachment. It is really, really helpful for discerning, maybe not discerning, for having some tools with regard to the times we're in. The times we're in, this great change that we're in the midst of. So if you're able to make that, I just want you to know, you're welcome. There's a sign-up sheet at the back of the room. It has the details about it, including that reading that needs to be done before the first class next week. So feel free to check it out. And if you're new to our community and you'd like to receive the weekly email, there is a card in the back. It's got my email address on it. And if you email me, then we'll put you on the list.
Thank you, Luana. Yes, it's a great reminder about getting and receiving the iFocus. Tells you each week what's going on around this community. Fabulous, fabulous. Barney, you make me think about a call I was on years ago when I pulled over because I saw some people loading up a bunch of apples in the back of a truck, and I said, "Are you guys the owners of those trees?" He goes, "Well, there's no sign that it says it's owned by anybody." I said, "Oh, okay." He said, "What about the trespassing sign?" because there's no trespassing sign. I go, what about the one that's in your car? So we went round and round with that a little bit. That was fun. Oh, goodness. After service today, if you have prayer requests, Sandee Scott, our practitioner, will be available for you today, as are other practitioners here today. Also, the frog box in the back, if you'd like to write out a prayer for someone or for yourself, please do so and put it in that box. I collect those and I put them out to all the practitioners throughout our community. Okay, that's always available to you. Let's do our prayer protection, shall we? The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The energy of God is me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. You have a closing song for us, Patti?
Yeah, I do.
I bet you do.
All that you touch, all that you see, all that you taste, all you see, all that you love, and all that you hate, all you distrust, all you save, and all that you give, and all that you deal, and all that you buy, beg, borrow, or steal, and all you create, and all you destroy, and all that you do, all you say, and all that you eat, and everyone you meet, and all that you cite, and everyone you fight, and all that is now, and all that is come, and all that's become, and everything under the sun is in tune, but the sun is eclipsed by the moon. Woohoo! Have a great week.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Patti. Have a fabulous week. It's good to see you. Hope to see you again next Sunday. Also, don't forget next Saturday at 5 o'clock here for Barney. All right? Have a great day.